Netflix just acquired Warner Bros. And I am mighty pleased to hear this, and you should be too. You see, streaming isn't really a feasible concept, at least not the way these media companies were handling it. During the COVID lockdowns, when the world was stuck on their couches and in their bedrooms, the streaming era kicked off in full force. Major movie studios, sitting on backlogs of content, rushed online to reach audiences where they were trapped. It shook the whole industry. Netflix gained 36 million subscribers in 2020 alone, and Disney Plus became the fastest ever to hit 100 million subscribers. It was an adrenaline rush, and with nowhere to go and nothing else to do, people just threw their cash at these streaming services. And on top of that, streaming fixed everything people hated about cable TV. No more paying for channels you would never watch and having your favorite shows locked behind premium bundles that cost $200 a month. The adrenaline rush wasn't just for audiences and studios. Even advertisers were hyped about this shiny new thing. Suddenly, they could show their ads directly to the exact people they wanted. That made advertising way more efficient and a whole lot cheaper. It was a great time to be the CEO of a streaming service. You had money rolling in, customers were waiting to be scooped up, and every financial projection was basically defying gravity. I bet at that point in the office, the word genius was beginning to fly around so frequently, it was starting to feel like a racial slur. But you know how things be. All good things must come to an end, and soon enough, the weaknesses of this whole business model started to show its ugly head. I mean, of course it did. A business model becoming popular and profitable under a once-in-a-lifetime circumstance is bound to face challenges when those special conditions change. That's chemistry 101, fam. And one of the biggest problems was the fact that people had to subscribe to multiple services just to watch content from different movie studios, just because every studio had its own platform to promote. Think about it for a second. Think about all the movies you love, all those beloved movies that shaped pop culture: Gladiator, Scarface, The Godfather, Terminator 2, each from different studios, made by visionary directors passionate about their craft. People got to see them, enjoy them, and even pass them down to the next generation. People still quote Scarface and The Godfather till date. It's part of our shared culture. But under the modern streaming landscape, that kind of shared experience can't really exist anymore. Not in a world where Disney is selling only Disney and Amazon is doing its own thing, and we are expected to pay for every single service, hopping from platform to platform just to keep up with what's happening on all those flashy, colorful interfaces. Like we don't have anything better to do. So the end result is fragmentation in a big way. Customers get split as everyone picks a side like it's a world war. Society loses out on shared experiences, iconic moments, or cultural touchstones. And don't forget the sheer amount of rubbish these platforms churn out just to keep people subscribing. Backlogs are great, but there still needs to be new content to pull customers back in, something cable never had to worry about. I don't believe great movies like The Mummy or LA Confidential could ever come out in times like these. Nowadays, movies are made through complex pipelines, office politics, and everything has to follow a rigid template. It's like AI without the machines, and honestly, it's kind of sad. And that's why I strongly believe streaming will only ever survive as a monopoly, with just a few platforms running the show while other studios focus on making content instead of starting their own businesses. Netflix buying Warner Bros., that's a huge step in that direction, fam. I know a lot of people have been saying Netflix will kill the quality of Warner Bros. Content. And to that I say, what quality? The quality left the room a long time ago, leaving us with its obnoxious, loud, always in your face, distant brother named quantity. I don't remember the last time I went to the cinema and didn't feel like I should have just waited for it to leave theaters and watched it at home. Everything's a remake or a reboot when all we need is a revolution, bruv. It's never better. It's never better than the original, because everything today follows a template from something made in the 80s or 90s when people were passionate and actually cared about what they put their name on. This year we had Superman, Fantastic Four, and Jurassic Park all in the same month, what I now call the Battle of the Mediocre. None of them was able to captivate or spark interest in their respective franchises. Honestly, these movies aren't even worth whatever the screenplay was written on. I believe killing competition on the streaming front and increasing competition on the content front is just the way to go. I truly think that's the only environment that can breed creative minds like Spielberg, Tartakovsky, or Nolan. Unless, of course, we rather have these.
Power 1, the power of 2, the power